Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Snowdome. The sand under my feet gives way to cement as I continue walking. The streetlights around me have been replaced by glimmering stars. We are going to a place in which we have been envisaged by the television. The salty sea breeze is sweeping past my cheeks, wiping away the aftertaste of the city. I've already left the main street by the coast and am now stepping into the edge of civilization. I was expecting a quiet walk after leaving the city. Now I realise it's filled with the sounds of insects humming and leaves rustling. It's bustling of activity. I faintly recall it was Aju's mysterious song that brought me to the ruins in which she dwelled. Her diary pointed out the location of her boat-making site. The scene that flashed by on the TV is as clear as day. Undeniably, it's driving me towards a certain destination. That's why I hurry forward into the deep end of the forest. I run whenever I have energy and walk when I'm tired. Unknowingly, twilight enters through the canopy. I've actually been running around in the forest for a whole night. The sole of my right shoe has been ground away. The shrubs have hooked onto my left arm, forming a cut. But I still refuse to slow down. I once heard humans have a sophisticated metabolism. They're creatures with high stamina. It's only now that I understand what that means. I take out a map from my pocket. I'm not too far away from the ruins. Rarely do people enter so deep into the forest. Ever since Aju disappeared from my flat, she hasn't lived in the ruins anymore. She doesn't have any money and refuses to contact other people. She wouldn't take the tram and head to a faraway place. Yes, a place which is hopefully uncorrupted by quote-unquote aliens. Her only option is to hide in the forest. If I kept my cool and thought, I would have searched this place long ago. But I had sunk myself so deep into my own failures that I wasn't able to stand back up. I must thank Lakshya next time I see her. I scan my surroundings as reflecting morning rays illuminate the sky. Marks can be faintly seen on the tree. I walk over. A piece of tree bark has been peeled off, leaving a yellowish hue. Quite recent must be. At first I thought it was from a bear marking its territory, but it doesn't look like it's done by a beast, nor does it seem that a boar's been chewing on it. Pulled off. I recall what I read from the carpenter's manual. If it's chopped down by a woodcutter, the cut should be thinner and deeper. If it's chopped by an axe, it should look smoother, but if it's pulled off. More importantly, I've seen this type of cut. Not only have I seen it, I've chiseled it myself. This is the mark left after someone used a sharpened rock to chisel. We stopped using rocks after I bought an axe. It was too slow and our hands kept getting injured. Don't tell me. I quickened my pace. More marks appear before me. There are footprints on the muddy path and some strangely shaped wooden pieces. There are also some cloths hanging on the tree. I hear a faint rustling sound, like someone's footsteps. I'm more and more confident that I'm going in the right direction. Aha. I brush away the branches before me. The first glimpse of sunrise is colouring up the sky in crimson red, as if it's shouting at me, showing me the vividness of this lively forest. The bay extends deep into the forest. There is a pile of wood placed near the coast, organised like a boat. Compared to the last time I saw it, the boat looks nearly finished. However, it's got a strange distorted shape. Not far away there is a short figure with her head lowered. Her hair is sticking on her cheeks and neck like glue, looking disheveled. She doesn't notice me and is focused on knitting a rope. She keeps murmuring something, as if talking to herself. I rub my eyes, thinking to myself, this couldn't be Aju. From what I can recall, Aju is taller, her face is rounder too. That person's cloth has been dyed greyish yellow by the soil. Her hem is torn by branches. It doesn't look like the pure white dress that Aju used to wear. I gaze to the far corner of the opening. There are empty cans and ashes over there. There are some fish bones and fruit shells as well. In such hot weather, food can rot easily. Indeed. Under the gazing sun, stuff decays faster. Have you ever heard of zombies decaying under the sun faster than they are in a cold environment? That area is emitting a strange odor, mixing with the sea breeze. It would make anyone frown. Yes, salt water with rotting food, for goodness sakes. Is she really Aiju? Just when I'm hesitating to walk over, she's finished knitting the rope and is beginning to tie it on the branches. She's struggling to tie the rope up. She circles it around the branches, but the new rope's too smooth and loosens up quickly. When she tries to press on one end, the other end loosens. I lose my patience and run over, pressing onto the other end of the rope. That's when she turns around and looks at me. She has a strange odor, but that's not what I'm concerned about. Under that disheveled hair, I can see a familiar pair of eyes. Aiju! Don't come anywhere near me! Her voice is hurt and is aching my heart, but I cannot be wrong. It's definitely her voice. I recall the first time I met her, she was standing inside the metallic beast-like structure, gazing upon her territory. Half of it was an aged ruin, the other half was a luxurious decorated hall. She was standing at the center like a princess. She was wearing simple clothes, but she was radiating out an elegant and charismatic air throughout her body. When I accidentally stepped into her world, she lightly smiled and extended her hand, inviting me into her fantasy world. Doesn't feel like it's going to be the same this time around. But now, Asia is like a beggar, like a fairy stripped away from her wings and lost all glory that once endowed her. She's living the life of Robinson Crusoe? I wonder how many days she's gone without a shower. While the items she brought from the ruins are enough to sustain herself, her life has become a mess. Seeing me appear before her eyes, she appears flustered. This time it's me who extends my hand. If this is the first time we meet, I'll give myself 99 points. However, it's probably negative points this time no matter what I do. But this is why it's so real. A while ago, Luxian asked me if Aiju is living in the wild all by herself, how come she can still maintain proper hygiene? And Aiju gave me a naive answer. Now seeing her like this, I realise it's not that straightforward at all. Much like a lot of things, an answer is not straightforward. Any answer could be interpreted as a correct answer or a wrong answer. But there's no definite right answer and wrong answer. Unless of course you're dealing with maths, then obviously there is one right answer and a lot of wrong answers. But it's how you get to that answer. Aiju finally reacts. She struggles. It feels like I'm holding onto a dough. Aiju, don't be like that. I won't do anything to you. I just want to see you and talk to you. Calm down and I'll let you go. Hearing what I have to say, Aiju ceases struggling. She takes a step back and keeps her distance from me. As what we all should be doing, I sigh. Seeing how afraid she is of me, I have only myself to blame. But no matter what, compared to having her disappear from my life, her reaction is already much better than I expect. I really regret what happened that day. I shouldn't have said that. I know I hurt you. Aiju lowers her head and quietly fiddles with the rope. She unties the rope and then ties it up again. I'm not sure if she is listening or not. That's why I will make amends. Whatever you want me to do, you can hit me if you want. Aiju glances at me. She looks confused. Then, can you leave me alone? I thought she'd get angry. But that's when I remember, besides that day, she had never gotten angry before. No matter how wrong she is, she never gets angry with anyone. Really now. Just keep it like that. Leave me alone. I've always been like this. So just let me be like this. Like a bottle thrown into the ocean and just let it float away. You're still avoiding me. But I'm responsible for all of this. At least go back to the place you used to live. You can live a good life there. Are you afraid I'll find you there, so you're not going back? Eisu's eyes wander aimlessly. Go back, and then? Oh. The tap will break one day. Clothes will wear out eventually. What difference does it make where I live? No matter how white the dress, it will get stained. Even if I have clean water to wash it, it won't be the same dress as before. It would. Everything in there is just to make me dream that I'm pretty and useful. I don't want to dream anymore. Now you see, this is my true form. Let me continue to be like this. After having said that, she lowers her head and continues tying the rope. That's when I realize that she has totally lost the ability to trust anyone. She doesn't care about what others think about her anymore. It goes without saying, it's my fault. I was the one who destroyed that innocent smile of hers. No, there's a saying that goes, you didn't betray her, she betrayed herself. I still owe her an apology. She won't accept your apology. I'm sorry. Why do you have to say you're sorry? You were right. Look. Eiju stretches out her skinny arms and points to a boat not far away. Well, something that resembles a boat. There are no saws or rulers in the forest. There are neither screws nor glue. Large thick pieces of wood are attached to some bent wooden sticks, creating a strange looking boat. It looks like nothing, just like me. I'm building the boat myself, so that's all I'm capable of. But Yan, you're talented. You can leave your home and still survive. You can earn money and cook. If you become a successor, you can save the world for sure. No, I'm not that great a person. You're really great to me. See, I can't do anything right. I don't have a place to live. I can't even build a boat properly. Yeah, but can you say, folks, that you can build a boat properly? One that can, float on the water. Right, just like what you said. I only know how to escape. I'm useless in this world. Don't look down on yourself. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. But look at the strengths. Eiju lets out a bitter smile. That's right. Everyone has their strengths. The successor's knowledge tells me exactly that. I keep saying that to encourage myself. I keep lying to myself. It's not lying. You're gentle. You're kind. No, that last part is definitely not true. If you're asking whether I have any strengths, it's that I'm good at relying on others. And what's so bad about relying on others then, huh? What is so bad about, teamwork? What's so bad about being on a team? You have your strengths, which makes up that team, but also there's everyone else in your team, which makes up their own strengths, which contribute to the team. If we all had the same strengths and weaknesses, we can only do one thing very good, but the rest of it appallingly. If everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, that is what makes a project thrive. I rely on the successor's knowledge to survive. Rely on the successor's responsibilities to pretend that I'm useful. After meeting you, I keep waiting for you and relying on you. I'm so good at relying. I appear so gentle, so obedient. That's just to make you happy. But who is not capable of relying on others? I don't want to rely on anyone anymore. I want to survive on my own. What you said that day was right. I keep saying I want to save the world, but I've done nothing. Oh, are those tears in her eyes? That's why I ran away. I can't stay by your side. As long as I stay with you, I feel ashamed of myself. Even for someone like me, I feel ashamed. I never thought that's the reason she left. After I left, I was standing on the street and didn't know where to go. I can't return to your home. It's going to be... No, it's not! Stop saying aliens. The aliens are all in your fantasies. They're all in your dreams. The successors keep telling you that there are aliens. But those successors are probably just people in your dreams or thoughts in your dreams. If I go back, I won't be able to become independent anymore. The place I used to live will be discovered by aliens soon. That's why I moved. Yeah, right. I kept going and going until I arrived at the forest. I don't want to be so useless. I need to do something meaningful. But what can I do? I don't know. The only thing I can do is build a boat. So somehow, I started chopping down trees and started to make a new boat. I don't know what I can do after I complete the boat and sail it into the sea. I also don't know whether on this island, if there's anyone else that's not controlled. I'm not sure if I can take them away from this island. But I had to do something. Even if it is so minute. Eiju throws away the rope in her hands. But now you see, I made something that looks nothing like a boat. When I see this boat, it's like seeing a reflection of myself. It feels disgusting. That's not your fault. Don't force yourself to do something like this. Eiju painfully clenches her fist. But why me? I envy the people in the city. They know nothing. They're being toyed with. Yeah, okay, manipulated by aliens. But they have a lot of things to do each day. They're doing something meaningful. I suppose in another way, aliens aren't directly creatures, but it's more like a mind frame to go by. Like watching the television. Looking at, let's say, YouTube. Those are ways of distracting yourself from the real world. When they're tired, sad, they can find someone to comfort them. They can also cry. Isn't that a good life for them? Eiju, that's not right. They have problems in their lives as well. Actually, weird things happened yesterday. In the past I never felt it was weird, but yesterday I realized. Some TV shows make us drowsy. At night, when everyone's watching TV, the streets are empty, the trams aren't running. I told her everything about last night. Eiju just listens intently. Her face remains expressionless, and only has her gaze fixated silently on the boat. What do you want by saying that? Are you trying to say you believe me now? You want me to go back with you? I'm not an idiot. I won't be fooled by you again. Besides, I'm not... I interrupt her. Again. I haven't believed you yet. Eiju finally raises her head and looks at me, astonished. After all, aliens are a very ridiculous thing. Something that's totally out of whack. Nobody would just believe it so casually. The things we see on TV every day, we choose to believe. That's ordinary life. Those are things we treat as common sense. But you talk about aliens invading, controlling humans, leave a world into crisis. But the crises I understand are wars where everything is destroyed. Now, everyone's just living normal lives, working hard and going on dates while they're off work. But I still saw something weird. I didn't understand whether this is a crisis. It's just totally beyond my comprehension. Then what do you want to do? I want to find answers. Is that so? Hearing that, Eiju lowers her head once again. TV is a tool for aliens to brainwash you. Since you haven't watched it for a while, you've returned to... Oh, really? Really? I think back. Indeed, ever since I met Eiju, I've watched TV for a good while. At the start, I would go and find her at the coast every night. After that, I took her home and was busy working every day, so I haven't switched on the TV. Maybe I shouldn't have told you this. If you never knew, you could just be like the others and live your own life. But I shake my head. Doesn't matter. I'm not searching for answers because you told me those weird things. Then, actually, before I met you, my TV was already broken. At that time, I felt like I had nothing else to do, but I really wanted to go out, so I ran to the coast, to a place where I've never been before. And that's how I met you. Okie dokie, you say that out loud. I think ultimately, that's just who I am. No matter how powerful the aliens are, they can't control everyone. There will always be people like me. people who do not conform, that cannot be written into the timetable, and cannot be trapped inside the snow globe. That's why I want to find answers. Will you help me? Eiji seems startled by my offer. Although I'm a bit reluctant to believe in you, I will seek answers on my own. No matter what, the only people who realize that something's not right are just you and me. I guess we're companions then. So you're saying you don't believe me, but you still want my help? You don't want the successor's knowledge, but want me to be your companion? Yes. Eiji bites on her lips. But someone as useless as me, I can't do anything right. Why do you need my help? I don't think that's the case. After all, in the city, you're the person I trust the most. I think you're kind, and you have perseverance, and most importantly of all, we've been hanging out for a while. Aren't we friends already? Do I need any reason to ask a friend for help? Why are you suddenly saying such things? Eiju just stares at me. Her face is all messy, so I can't make out the expression on her face. But I can tell from her tone that she's starting to waver. While I also feel embarrassed to say it, I decide to spill it out. I keep recalling the times we spent together. I've never tried having hot pots and drinking beer in the wild. I also never had the chance to cook for others at home, not to mention building a boat. I'm not sure what those memories mean to you, but to me, those memories are precious. I always thought I didn't belong since I was a child. I didn't have friends, and I always thought of my parents. Now I think about it, the time spent with you is the happiest time for me. Me too. Eiju grips her fist tightly. Her slim fingers are quivering. I was also really happy during that time. As long as I'm with you, no matter how difficult it was, I wasn't afraid. But I don't remember much anymore. My face turns pale. Why? I've been transmitted the knowledge of the successors, so I often forget about things. I used to write them in my diary every day, but when I ran away, I didn't dare to bring it with me. I wanted to forget about you as soon as possible. As she speaks, a stream of tears starts to fall from the corners of her eyes. So she can cry after all. After that, I cried every day. I still can't forgive you. What you said was too much. I don't care what others say, but when it comes from you... I walk forward and pull her into my chest. Wow. In the past, I've also hugged her, but our hearts have never been closer. Sorry. It's my fault. Wait, I'm very dirty. Eiju keeps squirming against my chest. Let me wash my face first. Not in the seawater. She calms down after I hand over a bottle of water and some bread to her. Then what do you plan to do? Let's go outside Pinghue Island and have a look. Me too. I also want to see if there are any successors left in this world. Then our goal is the same. They align. For now, I smile at Eiju. She also smiles, but it immediately fades away as she purses her lips. Our goals are not the same. I still haven't forgiven you. I'm still angry. Then how do you want to punish me? You can't think of a way to leave the island yourself. Don't tell me you still want to take my boat. Already thought of that. We can take a ferry at the port. I finally tell her the solution I had in my mind for a while. But the aliens control the ferries. It's alright. I can sneak you in. I won't let them catch you. Really? It sounds dangerous. We're working together now. No matter how dangerous it is, as long as we're together, we can work something out. Eiji's pale white face is beginning to turn red. Then what do we need to prepare? When are we leaving? It's okay. I've prepared everything. I open my bag. It's filled with camping tools and food. You're already prepared? Actually, yesterday was my birthday. I actually wanted to come and find you, but I didn't know how long it would take. A day, a week, a month, a year? So I had to prepare a lot of stuff. I also had to find an opportunity to say farewell to everyone. After my birthday, I was planning to leave. I never thought I'd find you like this. Asia blinked her eyes in astonishment. You were planning to search for me? Doesn't that mean you'll be quitting your job? And you have to say goodbye to everyone? Yes, while I wasn't confident at the time. And I thought you were prudent. I never thought you'd do something so rash. Asia cannot help but sink her fist into my chest. It sounds stupid, right? Not really. I'm really happy. She slightly pouts her lips. Oh god, and sinks her head into my chest. I suddenly remember Luxian, who's still sleeping in my flat. I know I shouldn't be thinking about her, but I keep thinking back on that shadow under the dim lights of the camera. I can only stare up at the sky and hide those thoughts away in my heart. Chapter 11. Collapse till world's end. That don't sound good. We pack up and head to the port. I make a call to Luxian's place on the way, but no one answers. Could she still be at my place? I call my flat, but no one answers either. Her shift at the store hasn't started yet. Could she be on a date? Although she keeps talking about her boyfriend, I'm starting to wonder if he really exists or not. I put down the receiver and stay still, standing absent-minded. Things are heading in a direction I do not wish to see. If what Aiju said is right, then even ordinary people who look friendly might be working for the aliens. Luxian, who's been telling me not to trust Aiju and persuading me to return to normal life, might also be. Having thought of that, I feel a shadow cast upon my heart, but all I can do for now is take Aiju with me and tackle everything head on. So this is the port. The morning sea breeze contains a humid chill, layers of cloud are forming on the ocean. The cargo ships are all docked at the harbour in the morning. We prepare to sink on board one of the ships. If someone told me I was going to do this a few days ago, I would have thought I'd gone insane, but now I don't mind trying. What do you mean by trying? I am not a train that runs on its timetable anymore. When I think of that, a rush of confidence sweeps through me. Jan, do you know where this ship will take us? Probably another island, or to the mainland. I'm not sure where either. Actually, I occasionally hear about news outside of the island. The anchor will always use neighbouring islands to replace their actual name. That's when I realise I've never cared much about what happens out there. I can't even name that many places beyond the island. Come on, man. Do your geography. The outside world. Suddenly a steam of cold sends my heart shivering. The ocean is faintly blanketed in misty air. We are now trapped inside. It feels like I'm trapped inside that I'm very familiar with. Unable to escape a snow globe. I don't know, either. She looks at me, disappointed. I can't look hesitant in front of her, because she's very sensitive to those things. I look over to the security box. Someone's on duty, but they seem to be staring at the TV. When I went to the cinema with Luxian, the guard on duty was also watching TV. Pete Hill Island hasn't had a single crime take place for a very long time. Not to mention homicide. Even robberies are practically unheard of, because they're all watching the same TV show on the evening. If a crime I committed was exposed, then that's the end of me, but because of that, their roles as security guards have become in name only. At first both Aishu and I acted cautiously, but now we're just leaping over to the dock without holding back. I throw my luggage onto the deck and jump over. After that I'll pull Aishu over. The deck under me sways back and forth with the waves. I feel dizzy, something which I've never experienced before. We quickly find a door that's not locked and sneak into a cabin full of junk. What should we do now? We'll wait. We're going to set sail soon. Heiju nods obediently, just like how she was at my flat. Before I arrived here, I was ready to do whatever it takes, including taking shortcuts, leaping over fences, and clashing with the security guards. But everything went so smoothly, we didn't bump into a single person. There's a surreal air pervading the cabin. Just what feels wrong here. However, my brain is in a haze. That's when I realise I haven't slept for a whole night. Fatigue like waves at sea are rushing towards me. My body begins to lean to one side. Asia gently supports me. Get some sleep, Jan. What is this world now? I try to keep myself awake, but my body feels like it's falling in the air. I want to scream, but I hear no voice. While I'm in a daze, I find myself sitting inside of a classroom back in my country town. The window beside me is wide open. A heat wave rushes in. The language teacher is writing on the board by himself. His contours are all blurry. I'm holding a pen, writing and drawing in my textbook. There's an unstoppable force pushing me, urging me to jump out the window. No thank you. To jump out of the train that's running non-stop. Outside the window is a bottomless abyss. Before me, there's barely a slab for me to land on. I grab onto the edge of a rock cliff, cautiously moving my body. Ruckus thunder is echoing across the sky. The rain is showering on my face as if I'm crying. From afar I hear a woman wailing. A flash of lightning tears apart the sky. For an instant, the bright flash allows me to see her face, is Lakshian's face. Don't go. Startled, I spin around, only to see her grabbing my sleeves. As the lights brighten up after the movie ends, it forms a backlight behind her, reminding me of sunflowers. But the lights suddenly turn pale. The wailing cries are replaced by Mr. Cho's rage. You young lads need to step up. Look at you. I'm not going to step up for someone that's unreasonable. What meaning is there to keep living this dull and boring life? That's how it is. What's the matter with you? I don't want to live according to your expectations. I don't want to become like you. Then what do you want to become? You want to give up your career, your loved ones, so you can commit a crime and live in your own fantasies? I keep shouting at the top of my lungs, but my voice is mixed in with the rain. It appears so frail, so empty. I keep running the storm. The cries and rage keep echoing beside my ears. Then, a hand stretches out towards me. The hand is shining brightly under the reflection of the moonlight. My heart returns to serenity. Hi, I'm Eiju. I'm here to save the world. I subconsciously grab onto her hands. They're so warm and gentle. The sensation keeps reverberating in my palms. Do you want to, what? Oh, run away with me? Shocked, I let go and fall off the cliff. When I wake up, I lie on a bed. I'm home. The phone is ringing, piercing my eardrums. I really don't want to pick it up. I wouldn't know who was calling me. The ringing sound transforms to a series of chiding. You want to run away? You want to run away. You want to run away. No. No what? Oh. I wake up. My face and back are covered in sweat. Jan, are you alright? That dream keeps lingering in my mind. It was so ridiculous, but the details were so vivid and real. I scan around my surroundings. I am leaning against Aishu. Her dress is already soaked under my sweat. How long was I asleep for? Very long. I rise up and look at my watch. It's already the afternoon. That's when I notice my throat is burning like fire. My stomach is empty. Aishu considerately hands a bottle of mineral water over to my laps. Thank you. She lets out a smile. Compared to how flustered I am, her smile looks so comforting. We've set sail? Yes. It set sail not long after you fell asleep. Did anyone come over? No. Strange. Inside this cramped cabin, the lights are dim. I'm unable to see what's outside. The ship's motor has covered up any sound of the ocean. Also covered up the sound of any people inside. I sense the deck swaying up and down with the waves. My feet might be on the ground, but it feels like I'm floating in mid-air. That dream I just had has given me a bad premonition. We both eat a sandwich and decide to head to the deck and take a look. I stand on the edge of the boat. The sea breeze is blowing on my face. I take a deep breath. Whoa! We're really out at sea. Aren't we just the best sailors in the entire portion of Painhu Island? There we go. She shouted on the deck, probably forgetting she's supposed to be a stowaway. Be quiet. I'm sorry. She immediately cowers down and cautiously looks around. However, no matter how conspicuous she was just then, nobody seems to have noticed. This is getting stranger. Seeing there? It's Painhu Island. Aishu points to a place far away. A black shadow is lying between the sky and sea. It's a corner of Painhu Island. I've seen an aerial photo of Painhu Island on TV before. Now a different mood sets in as I peer into the distance. This distance is putting me at ease. Yeah, we're finally out of Painhu Island. I grab hold of her hand. She also grips mine gently. While we were building our boat in the forest, I kept imagining what it would be like when we finally leave the island. Now, as we finally take our first step, I feel a burden being lifted from me. What's it like outside? I don't know. Maybe they're still fighting the aliens. We'll probably starve and have no place to live. She tightly holds the hem of her clothes. Her expression mixed with anticipation and concern. Her past is still a mystery to me. Maybe she's already seen what's outside, or maybe she was born in a faraway continent and somehow drifted over here by sea. But for some reason, she lost her memories and couldn't remember much anymore. No matter what, it's better than staying on Painhu Island forever. Maybe the foreign language lessons I had in the past will be useful. Although towards Painhu Island, there seems to be something amiss. Why is the island on this side of the deck? The black shadow seems to appear bigger and bigger. No, wait. What's wrong? We're sailing back. We're sailing back? Aishu's face suddenly turns pale. She starts frantically waving her hands. We're done for. Must be the aliens. They control all kinds of transportation. We can't get out. I told you already. I stretch my head out from the deck, trying to figure out what's happening, but I still can't find anything. It's dangerous outside. Go and hide inside first. I'll have a look. I walk alone on the huge cargo ship, not sure where to go. There must be someone at the bridge. It doesn't matter if I'm caught now, we're already trapped on this boat anyway. So I wing my way towards the bridge. I lightly push the door open. I'm caught surprised by what I see. A TV is occupying a corner of the room. On the screen it shows travelling with Kiki. That's why. Around 10 crew members are all crowded in front of a TV. Nobody is manning the controls. Dumbstruck with the scene before me, I even forget to breathe. When I was working at the hotel, washing dishes at night, the night shift workers cannot make it for Kiki, so they only watch the replay on the following day. I guess they're also watching the replay. Hey, what the heck are you doing? The young crew nearest to the door turns around to look at me in a daze. His cap is about to fall off. He seemed to realize. What are we doing? Come, quick, and watch Kiki. No, what I mean is, isn't your job to sail the ship? Is it okay to slack off like this? The ship has even turned around. Turned around? The sailor looks at me confusingly, as if I'm saying something really strange. We're not turning back. I freeze for a moment, but my mind immediately jumps back to what I saw outside. But I just saw we're heading towards Painhue Island. Aren't we supposed to head to Painhue Island? Both the sailor and I stare at each other. Wait, didn't we say out from Painhue Island? We leave the east port in the morning and arrive at the west port in the afternoon. What's the matter here? My heart quivers. I never expect to have boarded a ship that doesn't leave Painhue Island. Then are there any other ships that leave Painhue Island? How could there be? All ships take the same route. Why would you want to leave Painhue Island? Come on, don't mess with me. Let's watch Kiki. No, what I mean is, why do we have to sail a huge circle around? Painhue Island's not that big. It only takes a few hours to drive from one end to the other. There's no need to ship cargo by sea. Besides, the cargo ship took a huge detour circling around the island. It was totally unnecessary. As I think about it, an older sailor suddenly glares at me. Hey, who are you? Why are you on the ship? That's when I realize I'm a stowaway, and I'm basically giving myself in. I'm the one who's asking, why aren't you sailing the ship? Hey, ignore him. Let's just watch Kiki. The sailors are still laughing in front of the TV. I wheel around to look at the control panel. Now I regret not knowing anything about sailing. Their dazed looks remind me of myself. Maybe how others see me. I was just working at a convenience store, wasting my time away every day. I'm no different than the sailors. I'm like an ant being trapped inside a snow globe. I'm always busy, but not knowing why and whether it has any meaning at all. They keep piling up snowflakes to build a skyscraper, and then helplessly seeing it melt under the sun. The ants keep trying to fix it, but are powerless to do so. All because they selected the wrong building material to start with. They were wrong from the very beginning. But inside the snow globe, there's only snowflakes. Besides that, there's nothing. They don't even have the right to choose their building material. I look out the window. It seems I can really see snowflakes. Whoa. No, I don't want a quick save, thank you very much. But it is... Oh. It's almost like we're in our own temporal dimension. We can't leave Painhue Island. Stop it! We're trapped here. When I return to the cabin, Aishu is cradling her knees and sitting on the floor. Once she sees me open the door, she eyes me with anticipation. But hearing about what happened at the bridge, she immediately sulks. What a bummer. They're all controlled by aliens. They want to trap us all inside. Looks like we can only make the boat ourselves. This is the only way. We can still make it. Let's return to our boat. Is it really like what she said? That the aliens have controlled all transportation and have trapped us completely? But I still can't comprehend the situation. I haven't seen any aliens either. No need to rush. We never thought everything would go so smoothly, right? Maybe there's still another way off this island. There's no use. Every other ship must be like this. They've controlled everyone. We're the only ones left. Yarn, let's rush back and take my boat out. Seeing her eyes steeled with resolve, I can't help but sympathize with all she had to deal with up until now. But no matter what, that puny little boat is never going to make it through the waves. Let's head back first, then we'll think of what to do next. The ship finally docks at the harbour. The crew starts to unload the cargo. Maybe in their conscious mind they've already made a full trip and consider their work done. I wonder how many of our daily necessities are being transported on ships like these. I start to feel scared. The prosperity of Painhue Island is all but an illusion. Behind the ordinary lies so many irregularities. While I did say we're heading back, I'm not entirely sure where exactly I should be heading. I don't want to go back to my apartment. It feels like if I return, then I'll be returning to that never-ending cycle again. For now, we take a tram that heads towards that direction. Aishu hops around, trying to find a seat. She finds a spot by the window and quickly drags me over. Looks like she has forgotten about our setback and is already thinking about life after setting sail on her boat. Let's bring our fishing rods, then we can go fishing. I want to have fish. I want to have fish. Looking at how she can always be happy like this, I feel envious, but I still have lingering doubts in my mind. Aishu, what do you think happened to the sailors on the ship? All they cared about was watching TV, and made a huge detour on purpose. They even ignored stowaways like us. This is beyond ridiculous. Are all ships really like that? It must be. The aliens won't allow humans to go out to sea, because there are limitations to how much they can control us. There's a limit to the distance. If a ship sails too far, they won't be able to watch TV. They can't watch TV. Why? Yeah, I'm thinking that. Maybe the TV station itself is our key. Destroy the TV station, the broadcasting station, and the TVs will fall silent. The TV signals are emitted by electromagnetic waves. If the signal is too far away, the electromagnetic waves will weaken. Then the aliens won't be able to control the people on the boat. Indeed they won't. I'm just getting my phone. That's better. Electromagnetic waves. What the heck is that? Indeed, what the heck is that? Aishu lets out a momentary gasp, as if I'm an ignorant person. Oh, this is the successor's knowledge. I thought you already knew. To put it simply, it's like a candle in the dark. The further away you're from the candle, the dimmer the light. Yeah, it is, until it becomes completely pitch black. Signals are like candles. Electromagnetic waves are the light from the candle. In order for the signal to be transmitted far away, the aliens have the signal originate from a very high point. Then it won't be blocked by the mountains on the island. I can only nod confusedly. I see. Then where does the signal originate from? The origin of everything that's strange. The answer I've been searching for is finally going to be uncovered. Aishu points out the window. Isn't it over there? Right, it all makes sense. On top of the TV station is a huge tower that reaches to the sky. Heavy clouds envelop the tip of the tower, entrapping the sunlight. My hands shiver as I gaze in awe. The TV station. That's where the TV signals are transmitted. That's why it's called the TV station. I thought that's just where the shows are filmed. No, that's also where they're transmitted. You're right. That's also where the shows are filmed. The TV is the aliens' way to control humans after all. The aliens broadcast a show every day. It's all disgusting spats of colour. At that moment, a storm begins to brew up in my mind. I wake up. I wake up from the lies I believed in for so many years. Travelling with Kiki. I've watched it since childhood. Everyone on the island knows the show. It's an embodiment of so many of our tears and laughter. But it's really only a spat of colours. Ah, and I thought the actors were real people. I thought it was pretty, young, cheerful university students. Somehow, sometime, I began to believe without a doubt. But now, I'm awake. There's only a spat of colours on the screen, like a child's graffiti, a hilarious spat. This is the aliens' plan to control us mentally. Those sailors have sunk so deep into it. Not only the sailors, the cinema staff, the tram driver and myself, we're all sunken deep onto it. I came to the city all because of Kiki. Was it the show? Like Inception? That seeded this idea in my mind. I need to investigate the TV station. But I can't take Aiju to such a dangerous place. Aiju, I'm getting off here. I want to have a look around. I want to see if there are other ways to leave the island. Her eyes widen. I'm not sure if she's seen through my intentions, but she only nods slightly. Then I'll head back to the boat. I'll wait for you, and then we'll sail off to sea with our boat. Aiju still believes her boat will be able to successfully sail out. I want to say something, but don't want to shatter her fantasies. If I can solve everything myself, then she won't have to sail her toy boat out. Her dreams will never be shattered then. I'll make up my mind and try to clench my fist without her seeing so. I'll wait for you there. You must come back. Aiju sits on the tram. Her slim legs keep swiveling. Swiveling, one says. I see. While she's putting up a brave facade, she's still anxious in her heart. She has to navigate her way through a city controlled by aliens. And I need to head straight to the aliens' den. We're both facing immense challenges ahead. That's why we both need to work up our courage like never before. I'll be back. I'll be back. After that, I turn around to leave. I'm not sure whether I can keep my promise. Come on, man, you can keep your promise. You've gone so far, don't turn back now and go through that never-ending cycle again. Or enter back into that never-ending cycle. I'm beginning to see the crisis in Pain Hill Island, and can finally understand why Aiju needs to save the world. It's like a ghost. It can't be touched. Bullets everywhere. Compared to ghosts, what I experienced before is nothing worth mentioning. At least, I'm not going to run away this time. I carry my bag and head to the TV station, stepping forward, steeled with resolve. Chapter 11, Collapse. And Chapter 12, Unfolding. There is a time for many words. I arrive at the doorstep of the TV station. My eyes steer around cautiously. Since there are TV shows at night, there's probably people on duty 24 hours a day. The aliens. Are they hiding here? I can't help but laugh. This theory sounds so sloppy and ridiculous. There's also the mountains as well. But Aiju didn't tell me that aliens hide away in places we cannot see, controlling every aspect of human society. All the strange incidences point back to the TV station. Something is fishy in there. Of course, I'm not going to barge straight in. I walk around the building to the rear entrance. I even brought a baseball bat before I came here, hiding away my face. A few white-collar workers are yawning and walking out the building. I brush past them and walk in casually. Inside the TV station, the corridors are expectedly narrow, similar to my rented apartment and the offices around the convenience store. This city treasures every inch of soil. But from the outside, the TV station occupies a huge chunk of land. So what is it hiding? The pale fluorescent lights overshadow the sunset shining into the far end of the hallway, obscuring the passage of time. I grip my jacket tightly and walk towards the deep end of the corridor. Occasionally, a few signs appear on both ends of the walls. I squint my eyes to find anything suspicious. Generator room. Finance. Properties. Anything that sticks out. Anything that should be on a sci-fi thingy-bob. I hear footsteps echoing not far in front of me, reverberating in the narrow corridor, as if it's stepping right into my heart. My chest tightens. I immediately spun around and ran away. I make a couple of turns. It's not until I can confirm that nobody's following me do I calm down. I was making so much noise just then. I'm probably exposed. Should I find a place to hide? Well, it's not like we can make a choice. There are no choices in this visual novel. I'm not that special agents in movies that can jump up to the ceiling. I'm only a convenience store worker. But I'm already here. I'm not going to run away now, am I? I take a deep breath and take another look at my surroundings, recalling the signs I just saw. The studio control room. That's where they film the shows. I should go upstairs. I walk past a few signs and head straight to the stairs. From outside, the TV station has 4 stories. Take one more level above and I'll be at the TV tower. As you said, that's where the electromagnetic waves are emitted. But I'm a bit surprised with the height of the stairs. It takes me 4 flights of stairs before I reach the next level. As I push open the door, a piercing pain spears into my eyes. All I can see are pale white narrow corridors extending into every direction. The far end is enveloped in unnatural lighting. I lose my sense of direction and had to refer to the door signs, searching for the studio control room, one room at a time. Whenever I hear footsteps, I quickly hide in the washroom or the tea room. There are also a few rooms without signs. I lean against the door, trying to make out any sound, but all is silent. Finally, I find a door sign that reads studio control room. I faintly hear chattering inside, so people are still at work. They're probably preparing for the night shows. The crew keeps speaking in jargon. I don't understand. It took me a while before I could make out what they're saying. Where's the ad for P&B? We're supposed to run a new ad today, right? Sorry, I'll go and get the tapes. Footsteps approach the door. I immediately hide behind one of the columns. A young man walks out of the room with a timid look. He's probably going to go and get the tape. This is my chance. I quietly follow after him. The man seems to be in a rush and doesn't realize I'm behind him. We take a couple of turns before arriving at a door without any signs. He takes out a key and opens the door. I hold my breath and tiptoe my way into the room. Ooh. Why is there an elephant in here? Why is there just a random elephant in this room? Inside, an ancient dusty aroma permeates the air. Columns of bookshelves line up neatly, its shelves full of tapes. The man skillfully scans around and quickly walks into the aisle in search of his item. I promptly hide another aisle. If he turns around now, I'm finished. Thankfully, luck is on my side. I heard it's really hard to notice people behind you, especially when you're focused on your task. Exactly, yes. It doesn't take long before a man finds what he's looking for. After that, I hear the door closing and footsteps tapping away. I'm the only person left in this room. I heave a sign of relief and stand up. Looks like I've become a true criminal. Don't think your chances are too high, mate. This is all going too well. Somebody might have been watching us the entire time. I probably can't just talk my way out anymore if I'm caught now. Grabbing this opportunity, I start searching for tapes on the shelves. Is there anything dodgy about the TV station? Then the tapes must have been tampered with. Are KK's tapes here too? Fortunately, the tapes are all well organized and dated on labels. And dates are labeled. Even a layman like me can understand. It doesn't take long before I find tapes labeled with KK. The outermost tape also had an obvious sticker attached to it, to be sent to post-production room number 2. I look at the date. The tape hasn't been shown yet. This is the next week. That's when I hear the sound of high heels echoing from the other side of the door. I freeze up, because the footsteps are eerily close. People tend to not notice what's behind them when they are focused, but I never expected that could apply to me as well. I clutch the tape to my chest and hide behind the shelves. Don't tell me they're also coming to this room. Wait, how can they keep coming here? There's no other exit from this room. I can only pray that person won't come over here. But luck isn't on my side this time. Who's hiding there? Come out. I hold my breath. The woman speaks in a strong voice, but it sounds strangely familiar. Luxian. Not coming out? I know you're there. The shelves are a mess. You don't work here, do you? I've heard her voice from somewhere before. Not just at the studio control room, but even before that. I see it. There's a tape missing. Hand over the tape. What do you want? But footsteps are getting nearer. My heart beats quicker. Does she already know I'm here? Or is she just guessing? No, wait. Even if she discovered that the tape's stolen, there's no way she could be sure I'm still in the room. I can't be taunted by her. There's also another way. I could use force and knock her out. Then I'll become a true criminal. I've only seen such strange things happen in movies, but I can't think of another way. I bound my body, stiffening my arms, waiting for my chance. Her footsteps keep getting nearer. So, you're here, eh? I knew it was you. Don't think we're all so surprised that you're the one who is here, Luxian. Oh. Luxian? Yan. Luxian is standing before me. Although she's not wearing her convenience store uniform, she still looks capable and mature. Her voice has now changed back to her familiar self. I watered my mouth in disbelief. Huh? Was that your voice? That's the voice I use on the show. Because I thought there's a thief in the TV station. I was scared, so I switched to my acting voice. To have you hear that, it's... Luxian's cheek starts to flush red. No wonder, you sound like a different person. But my brows remain knitted. That wasn't Luxian's voice. I heard that voice before, but I dare not say it out loud. Yeah, because the thief has probably heard that voice too, so it might work better. Wait, why are you here? I'm actually here for my internship. What about you, Jan? Why are you getting yourself into trouble? I frantically take a few steps back. Wait, I have a reason. I try to explain but don't know where to begin. And yesterday, you just left without saying a word. Gosh. This time, we hear another set of footsteps approaching. Shifu, have you found the tape? I take a fleeting glance at Luxian. Letting out a pleading look, she just shrugs. We found the tape. Let the director know. Why you say we? Can you just say I? Luxian walks over to the door and talks to the people before brushing them away. Taking this opportunity, I also regain my composure. They were calling her Shifu, a title saved only for veterans in the TV station. She must have worked here for a long time, but how come I never heard about this? Ever since Aishu left, I've been living like a zombie, and have no energy left to care about others. No, wait. Or should I say, ever since I met Aishu, I stopped caring about Luxian. Before that, I was only an errand boy to help her skip shifts. Luxian closes the door and returns. I suddenly realise something. Luxian, when you skipped your afternoon shift, don't tell me. You figured it out. I came here to work. While I'm only an intern, as long as I keep working here, I can leave a good impression towards upper management. It's not easy becoming a part of the main crew, but I'm nearly there. Then what about Mr. Chow? He knows too, being an intern here doesn't earn me a lot of money, so I wanted another job. The boss said I can take days off, but sometimes I feel awkward asking him, so I can only ask for your favour. I'm sorry. After all, just having Luxian at the store can increase sales by a lot. Then that boyfriend you were talking about doesn't exist. Boyfriend? That composed look fades into confusion. She paused for a moment before once again letting out a bright, cheerful smile on her face. Oh, I made that up. Yeah, of course. I have my internship after all. I got auditions, and I have work at a convenience store. I'm already too busy. I don't have time for such things. See? I told you I have a boyfriend so you don't get the wrong idea, right? Boys keep thinking I'm into them, but I don't want to go on dates for now. So I can only make up a boyfriend. I see. But don't ask your male colleague to take your shift. Oh, what's wrong? I just feel comfortable with you, really. Because you're like my little brother. I can't help but act casual in front of you. I don't usually ask people for favours. But I'm not your brother. I'm sorry. I'm reflecting already. I can't keep being so smart-assed. You taught me that. Since then, I've been asking the boss for days off. I don't recall ever telling her that. Why is she saying such things? I kept giving you pressure. I feel really sorry about it. And I even had to tell you off without realizing what I've done. I was so worried when you didn't show up for work that day. I was thinking if I didn't ask you to take on my shift, you wouldn't be so burdened. No, that's the opposite. If you keep asking us to do your shift, then you would feel burdened by asking us to do that, and none of those hallucinations would have happened. What hallucinations? After that, I really wanted to apologize, but never got the chance. Wait. Now, can I help but interrupt her? Please listen to me. What I want to say is, what if those hallucinations are real? Luxian's expression freezes. Her eyes are emitting out an indescribable glimmer, as if it's mixed with helplessness and bitterness. Here we go again. But what you say does make sense. You're good at explaining things. Indeed I am good at explaining things, for goodness sakes. That is what I am good at. Explaining things. You always had to make things so complicated. Alright, I'm all ears. But if you're going to tell me, then please don't hold back. Given how everything has turned out, I decided not to hold back. So I tell her everything, from how I met Aishu at the ruins to how I sneaked onto a ship and went out to sea. Luxian's face is devoid of expression as she listens. It isn't until I mention that I brought Aishu back to my flat and we lived together did she widen her eyes slightly. I really can't tell. You seem like a nice guy, but can do some crazy stuff behind my back. Yes. Her criticism is harsh. I don't know which part she thinks is crazy, so I can only let out an awkward smile. But I really do want to meet that girl called Aishu. You like her, don't you? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Her question hits me where it hurts the most. I'm at a loss for words. You believe in everything she tells you? No. I have to see for myself before I can believe it. I found out the truth myself. I indeed found a lot of suspicious things happening around me. There was something wrong with the way you watched TV. We took a detour, a huge detour mind you, at sea. And Painhue Island is totally isolated. These are all the facts. As for Asia's explanation, whether it's aliens or successors, they are just possibilities. It's just like a multiple choice quiz. Every option might be right before I can figure out the answer. For now, Asia is only a companion. We're just helping each other to find out the truth. I haven't thought much about it. Companions. Then can I be your companion? Huh? Because I also want to know the truth. Luxian gives out a smile. I'd never seen such a gentle smile on her face before. Many years ago, I already felt there was something wrong with KK's show. There seems to be something inside. It's distorted. I want to go to the source to find out what's been distorted. The source? You see, I finally made it. I've been chosen. Ah, you've been chosen to star as KK. I cannot help but widen my eyes. I'm going to be the next generation's Keke. What she just said keeps reverberating in my ears. For a moment I cannot make out the true meaning behind it. She's been working so hard at the convenience store while interning at the TV station. But her true objective is to be cast as Keke so that she can... Could she be the person who's pulling the strings behind all this? But I immediately dispel this theory. Before her brother left home, she was only an ordinary person with no grudge against the TV station. KK's show has been on air for more than 100 years already. Yes. Luxian has always been a caring big sister. She must be investigating KK's show for her brother. When I was still navigating my way through all the details, she had already begun her investigation. How about it? Want to work together? Now there's two things I'm really concerned about. Number one, is she actually on our side, or is she like a double agent of sorts? No, not even a double agent, just a person who's secretly working with us, who's on the other side of this ordeal, and then wants to lure us into a trap with which we cannot escape from. And I thought she was going to report me for trespassing. I never thought she'd ask to be in a compass. The plot twist is too much. I'm unable to react, so I can only nod my head. Luxian seems happy and starts explaining her doubts. I think there's a problem with KK's show. Right, I've been with the crew members for a while. We get to work, write our scripts, shoot outside, but I haven't spotted anything amiss. Have you met the actress from KK? I've met her. She's a really good actress, and she's really kind to me. As next generation's KK, if she says it like that, then there's probably nothing wrong. But you know there's something wrong. But it's not just filming the show, there's also post-production. You see, the sticker says it has to go to post-production room number 2. Maybe the film got distorted after it was edited. But Yan, we don't have a post-production room number 2. There's only one post-production room, and that's above the fourth floor. I've been working here for a while, and I never heard anyone mention a post-production room number 2. Then who wrote this? Strange. I hand over the tape to Luxian. She carefully inspects it, her face marred in confusion. Suddenly she freezes up. What's wrong? I suddenly remember something. The post-production room number 2 might be over there. There's a place at the TV station where nobody has ever gone to. Nobody has told me what's there either. But I feel that place is a bit creepy and dangerous. I want to be prepared before I go there. Dangerous? Then let's go there another day. I'll speak with Aiju and we can go there together. Wait! Luxian frantically interrupts me. Today's your best chance. Normally there's a very annoying manager here, but he had something to do today and left early. If you come back another day, you might not make it that far. Then that's troubling. It's okay. We can go together. I'm only scared of going alone. But if you're by my side, I'm not afraid. As she says that, she lets out a coy smile. When I'm in danger, you'll protect me, right? Her perfume scent is flowing through towards my nostrils. I'm totally entranced. Of course, because we're companions. Yeah, companions. Then tell me where that place is. It's underground. Luxian leads me to the staircase. The dull and monotonic corridor confuses my sense of direction, but she seems to be able to navigate through it without hesitation. I was expecting a cold and humid underground chamber, with pipes crawling along the walls, filled with the roaring sound of machines, but the stairs in front of me are unexpectedly clean. Before I realise, I'm already underground. Luxian pushes open the door. The scenery before me sends chills down my spine. The corridor stretches out endlessly. It's a narrow and pallid corridor, no different than what I saw on the upper floors. The end of the corridor is shrouded in natural lighting. It's definitely not sunset. I cannot imagine what kind of torment the employees have to endure just by walking along here. We're here. Whoa. That room looks morbid, to say the least. That's... all the mysterious air in the building seems to be compressed and crunched into one spot before my eyes. Even the walls themselves are distorted. An iron door appears along the corridor. The door is rusty, as if it's been slowly wearing away for a few centuries. The rust is radiating out to its surroundings. The plain white walls have become a corrosive grey, covered in moss and spiderwebs. There's a thick layer of dust setting in front of the door. I can faintly see cracks forming on the ground. A few steps away, the tile looks sparkling new. This door seems to have split time into half, splattering its marks onto its surroundings. This is the place that Luxian mentioned. It takes me a while before I'm pulled back from my reverie. Fortunately, it's not the first time I've seen something that looks so out of place. Look at this door. It's very creepy. I cannot help but nod. Don't tell me. This is the door to the post-production room number 2. I don't know either. I was scared after discovering this door, but it feels like there's a huge secret hidden behind here. Behind it. Honestly, if you want to keep something as such a secret, you would make it blend in with the other doors, wouldn't you? So it doesn't look out of place. For goodness sakes. I tried asking someone to come with me. They agreed at first, but when we stepped foot on this floor, they suddenly become reluctant and refuse to go any further. Some say they have something urgent. Some say they need to go to the washroom. Once I asked a new intern to come with me. It's the guy you just met. That day after work, we were supposed to come together, but suddenly his phone rang. The manager called him away. It's such a coincidence. It was an urgent task and he needs to work overtime. That. What Lakshin just said reminds me of the startled faces of those sailors. The strange incidents we face are so similar. I need to explore what's beyond this door. I place my hands on the door and use all my strength to push it forward. The sound of tearing rust and scattering dust keep reverberating from the back of the door. And we folks are going to come here the next time. I love just putting you all on a cliffhanger. So thank you all so much for watching, folks. We're going to be finding what is down these stairs in the next time. It could be the final time of this game. And I would say that the first half of this game is a little bland. Like, emotions are there, but the story and plot line is just a little bit, I don't know, not haphazard, but just seems a little bland. But this half of the game seems a bit more entrancing and a bit more into it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and take care of yourselves.